Okay, with Dylan Randall, Reach for the Stars is the short film played at the Sci-Fi Fantasy Film Festival. A really kind of a fantasy film or a sci-fi film about grief. And you can call it,
Yes.
I would call it a family film as well. So,
Yeah.
really interesting story about a girl kind of overcoming death at a very young age. And then of course, like UFO comes and she has a conversation with it, and she realizes that I'm just giving my summary, but she
Yeah.
realizes that basically that even though someone's gone, love is still there. They're kind of there emotionally, right? Forever, right? So, which is
Yeah.
pretty profound for a kid to learn.
Yes. Yeah. It's pretty. It's a pretty heartwarming story.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's a little alien or a little robot that comes down from space. So obviously she's going to be shocked that it's a robot in a world that there are no robots, and then the robot teaches her how to overcome the grief of losing her mother, which is was a great little thing to write as well.
So is it in her imagination, the little robot, or is this robot really
No,
from
it's an
someone's mind?
actual and like an
Because I
actual. It
could I
actually
could
came
see
down.
like it could be like it could be like it's in her head, right? But I know that you don't
Yeah.
tell the audience that, but it's just like
No, so it could be you could take it as both. I originally thought about having it as one or the other because obviously the dad doesn't realize anything. But I felt like throughout the film the dad was there to give the picture at the end, because the picture at the end is he took the photo of the spaceship like shooting stars because she loves space.
yeah.
So with that, and then obviously he doesn't notice the alien lands, he doesn't notice anything in the garden. But I feel that's because he's trying to do his best to look after her by making dinner, that he doesn't really worry about what she's doing too much. So it is all real. It all lands. She sends it home, and the dad doesn't know, and then she's figured out that she needs to be more involved with her family, and also that her dad also gives as much love as her mum did.
So it's a really great story, and you wrote it. So where did this
Yeah.
idea kind of spawn for you? Where did you come up with the idea?
It's a story that I hold very close to my heart. It came after the idea came after the passing of my granddad last year. Not last year, the year before, 2024. So I'm still not in the 2026 mindset yet.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and it was also like how I dealt with grief and how so the idea that no one's ever really gone. It also the idea of that motivated me to make a film that had the theme, because I'm in my films I haven't really touched on a predominant theme straight away like the whole time.
Yeah.
It's almost they're always more fun, more adventurous. Doesn't really have too much of a saying or a theme behind it. So I kind of just went, yeah, let's chuck in a theme. Let's draw on past life experiences that I have.
Mhm.
Draw on things that also other people can deal with. It's a shared experience. Everybody can lose someone. Everybody has different ways of dealing with grief. So it's something that I could have a relation to the audience with, and also I wanted to do it in a way it wasn't just two people talking. It was a person, and I've always wanted to do a sci-fi. I've always wanted to do something with a puppet, especially a robot. So I was like, I'll make it a robot, and then we brought him to life, which then you kind of get that like Disney Pixar kind of feeling. You get attached
Yeah.
to something that isn't real, and that can bring the theme in a lot more closer
Well,
because you're like,
let's be
oh,
honest. It
this is really
started like I guess it's kind of the comparison is ET, I guess, right?
yes, ET, yeah, very yes,
Yeah. Way before your time, but I'm sure you've heard of the film.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I love ET.
Yeah.
ET's great.
Yeah. That
Um,
would be the direct kind of comparison, I guess.
yes, the direct comparison. But yeah, it's bringing yeah, the idea was came from a place of my own grief and my family's grief, and then I put it into a story with a young girl dealing with the same sort of thing, losing a parent, because that's like the hardest thing, and also the dad not being able to be there for the daughter, and yeah, it all just melds in from everybody's experiences. And then when we did eventually show it to the cast and crew, there are a few tears in the audience because it resonated more than they expected.
Yeah.
Because obviously they're acting and they're watching a robot on set being puppeted. They don't see him brought to life.
Yeah,
So it's great.
100%. It really works. It's a great job. I was into
Thank you
it
very
when I
much.
saw it. I was like,
Thank you
yeah,
very much.
Yeah, I was into it. You're a relatively young filmmaker. How many short films have you made so far?
If I had to go off like just I do a lot of them with my friends. I've done like three a year recently. I've got a YouTube channel with a bunch of them on. We made a trilogy of Scooby-Doo parodies. Parodies. I made a feature film. I just trying to attack every genre, and Reach for the Stars was like the first one that I put the money behind, the like full, like this is going to go to festivals, this is going to be the one that I want to promote, not like a film that I developed my skills on. It was like I've gained so much from the last 4 years of
Yeah.
making movies, let's make the one that I want to push.
So I gotta ask you because in the bedroom I see the Breakfast Club in the
Yes.
background, right? What's the one with the girl, with the lady with the dress? She's standing up. I was trying to peg the movie poster in the
It's
bedroom.
Breakfast Club and Empire Strikes Back is the other
No,
one.
there's another one. There's another one. I can't remember. It looks like
Oh, Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Breakfast at
Breakfast at
Tiffany's.
Tiffany's.
Yeah. So
Sorry,
those are
yes,
some
I
pretty profound films for a young girl
yes.
to have movie posters in.
Yeah. So it's actually that was actually my bedroom. I rearranged, so they're not the Breakfast at Tiffany's one, but the Breakfast Club one is on the wall. So that one is always in that
I
room.
thought you just
So
have like breakfast films. Any film with a breakfast title, you just have it.
no, I found the Breakfast at Tiffany's poster at my old work. It was hidden in an old behind all these other posters. So I took that home from my old work, and so yeah, no correlation whatsoever. They just fit the vibe of the film.
Yeah. No. It's cool because it's like, yeah, but these are like way before, obviously before your time too, right? Like the Breakfast Club is
Yes,
like, yeah,
yeah, late
85, I think.
'80s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my dad brought me up on all the old '80s films. Like I would, if I
John
want to sit and
Hughes.
imagine a movie, it's something from that era.
Okay, so you basically obviously the lead actress is kind of key to your film. Where did you find her?
Yes, I've known her. I do theater with her. So she's a young girl. She did some theater with me when I in like ensembles when I acted in theater. Then I started to work in the theater world, and she did a musical down at our local theater. And I was like, oh, she's great, and I've known her for years. She does acting classes, and I was like, great. I would like you in one of my films, and I pretty much wrote the film around her. I had as soon as I had the idea, and I had pretty much the most of the dialogue, most of everything. But then when I finally like found her and approached her after writing it, I started to readjust the script to how she would say it, like after her audition and stuff. So it's pretty much a, just a friend. Just was looking around at the local people that I know and going, I would love you to be in one of my films.
So then she became part of you like that. So then
Yeah,
what did she think about the because there's a lot of close-ups of her. She's acting with somebody
yeah,
who is, I guess, not real, I guess, right?
yeah.
Or you could explain that who played the robot in the film when you were
So
doing the actual film.
the robot was played by Daniel. He I went to school with him, so he's 3 or 4 years younger than me. So they're both like 18, 19 years old. 20, I believe. Yeah, I think that Daniel's older than Ava, who played the lead girl. But I knew Daniel from school. So when we were doing the film, Ava was obviously sat at the desk and the robot was on the desk. And then Daniel was behind, so the desk was away from the wall. And Daniel was sat behind the desk, puppeting the robot and saying the lines. So she had someone to look at, someone to perform
Mhm.
against. The whole idea was majority of the film would be close-ups of her and with some medium close-ups with the robot in it to sell the fact that the robot was there the whole time.
Yeah.
And then we just went through her lines, did all of her scenes against Daniel, and then when we flipped the camera, a few shots had her in it, and a majority of them didn't have her in it. So she actually found it quite easy. And as a actress herself, and she does also make her own little short film. She's just started out, and they're pretty good. So she's very used to the camera. She's very social media heavy. So I don't think she really had a big problem with me being super close when we did film. But the close ups definitely did sell the emotion of the story.
Gotcha. So quick segue. You got Breakfast Club, Breakfast at Tiffany's. There's a movie called Breakfast on Pluto that you can add to your wall.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's about Cecilian Murphy's in it. It's about a transgender woman uh,
Hmm.
journeying from Ireland to London. And there's a movie called My Breakfast with Blatty, which is
Oh
Andy
wow.
Kaufman has breakfast with Classy Fred. I don't know if you know who Classy Freddie Blassie is, old
No, I
wrestler
don't.
back in the day. You know, Andy Kaufman was a huge wrestling fan.
Oh, yep, yep.
Yeah, documentary about that. So basically, you can add
Oh,
those two
cool.
movie posters
So
to
then
your,
my
so you can have a
breakfast posters
breakfast
was, yeah,
wall,
yeah,
breakfast
cool.
movie wall, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
All right.
no, I'll definitely have a look at those other breakfast
Okay.
films.
So how old is the actress then? Is she like because she's
She
portraying like
was
someone a teenager, I guess, right?
so she was 17 during filming, and on
Okay.
our last filming day, she turned 18. So
Okay.
literally, she was just on the cusp of 18 years old.
And then okay, so let's talk about the design of the robot. Who designed the
Yep,
robot?
I did. I drew him before I even started writing the script. I just drew a really rough outline. He like had like a smiley face mouth with like two eyes and then like a square body. And then pretty much I had to buy like an armature offline so I could like build around him. And then as I designed him, his design changed to fit the how I was going to puppet him. And then yeah, he was just made from some plywood, some epoxy glue, some random bits off Timu and Sheen, spray painted him all silver, added like the colors and made him look all roughed up and wires around the arms. And yeah, he came to life. It was really cool.
That is really cool. And so you could, but you kind of build the rope, like you kind of build the ball. How did you build it? How did you build it?
Pretty much it was just getting some plywood and just I measured out how I was going to build the body. So the body's like a little rectangular
Yeah,
little thing, and it was all just measured with like little hinges from like craft shops, and it was all literally craft stuff that you would like fix teddy bears with, how you would do like miniature paintings on like little models and stuff. It was all just a combination of building techniques. And in all honesty, I had no plan of how I was going to build it. I kind of was just building it as I went. And as I went, I was like, cool, how do I do a head? How do I do this? Get some nuts and bolts and screw them on. And then the eyes were iPhone camera lenses, two different sizes, just screwed on. That's why they're two. Then that's why they look like a little bit like lenses. So it's all as I went along building, I just found bits around the house and went, "That would be cool."
so you always wanted to build it. You didn't want to like CGI it in the film.
It was an idea at the
Yeah,
start. I've done some VFX work before. I just wanted it to be tangible in the scene. She could interact with it, and I could have a real robot. Like it was actually a thing. Like it
yeah.
sat on my shelf in another room. It's just sat there. So it's something that I can always have that I built for a film, and also it made it a lot easier to puppet. The puppeting I found puppeting because originally we started with stop motion. We did like half a day of stop motioning for the robot, and it didn't look very good. So then we went to puppeting, and if I didn't do the stop motion test first and just went with the whole thing, I don't think it would have felt as real as it did. And with the resources that I had, a real puppeted robot would make the film feel more grounded overall than a CGI robot. Because if
Yeah,
I couldn't get the CGI right, I would have been a little bit upset that it didn't come across the way I wanted it to.
totally. Yeah. Well, but the eyes are CGI, right? Like you did that in post.
Yeah, so the eyes are actually that they were drawn on my iPad on like the Procreate app. Just drew
Yeah,
an eye, and then I drew the pupil, and then chucked it into After Effects, tracked it all on, and then the eye movement was just all done by hand animation. Just I
yeah.
did looked at the scene, and yeah, that is the only CGI stuff or CGI or like drawn stuff is the heart animations, the eye animations, and his going home animation on the ship. So it was all drawn and this animated.
It's class, but at the same time, it's classic, like Jim Henson Muppets, like like the
And
Yoda
that is
and like
exactly,
we just
yeah,
mentioned, E.T., right? Like E.T. was a puppet as well,
exactly.
right? Yeah,
It was all drawn from, I'm a huge Muppets fan.
yeah,
Um, it was all drawn from how they did it. I brought a Jim Henson book at the start of last year and read up how they did the entire Muppet show. And I just went off how
kind of
they did
genius,
that, how
eh?
they did it.
Like how good they are.
Absolutely insane. I also was heavily influenced by ILM, the guys who did Star Wars.
Yeah.
or the R2D2 C3PO, it was all real. Like the whole, it was all there in the scene, and I was like, I want to do not yeah pay homage, but also do it the way that they did it because they don't have all the flashy computers like we have now to make CGI robots. They had to build it and then animate it, and that's what I was like. The best way I wanted to hone my craft was to
It's
do
so
exactly that.
interesting you mentioned that because I was reading Lucas's book about then they had the like a little person in the C3PO, right? Like even
Yes,
yeah.
yeah, in R2D2,
And then
yeah,
Anthony Daniels was R oh, sorry. The little person was in R2, the Anthony
yeah.
Daniels was in
Andy
yeah.
was just in C3,
You know,
yeah,
yeah, you know what I mean. And then the new Star Wars or like you weren't even born then, but he has like everything CGI, like Jar Jar is like it's like
yes,
all
yeah,
computer. It's like and there's no essence, right?
yeah. It
The lack of
takes it.
essence, lack of
Yeah,
emotion.
I wanted to. Yeah, my biggest thing was to convey that emotion in something that I took it to the cast and crew premiere when we showed it. I had it on a table.
Yeah.
I was like, look, it's real. It's real. Like the robot is real.
Yeah.
Just so people could have an emotional attachment to it, not just being a computer generated thing. And not saying
100%.
computer generated is bad, but for the
No,
style,
but even your
the robot
it
was
was
great.
something there's something charming about that it
Yeah,
being like a puppet, right?
yeah, of course, yeah. And it gave us, yeah, it gave me so many opportunities to do little things that with a robot puppet I wouldn't feel would have think of been I wouldn't
Yeah.
thought to do as an animation. Like his arms moving, the animation would all be different and everything.
Yeah. And then like I guess in the Lord of the Rings, like Gollum was
Yeah,
they there was a it was an actor, but then they CGI'd the actor, I guess.
yes, over it. So I did. We did do a plate. We did do a acting plate where I got the Daniel who did the robot. I got him to act out all of his lines, how he would act it out as the robot. So then when I looked at it and then we animated it, I could somewhat make it similar. Like he would move his arm this way, so the robot moved his arm this way, and then we changed a few things on the day. So I had a plate, a performance to go off of, and then sometimes we had to just make it up on the spot because it was like a harder thing to kind of do.
Gotcha. And then really like 80% of the film is just them having a conversation.
Yeah, literally. It's a very basic film. We're in two locations. It took us 4 days to shoot, 5 days to shoot. Majority of it was just back and forth conversation and building up the emotion throughout that because the story is the emotion building, and then he goes home. So
Yeah.
that's how I thought. Instead of doing flashy set pieces and all this kind of stuff, I thought if we just make it about her journey in one night, going from I
Yeah.
really miss my mum to I miss her, but it's okay,
Yeah.
is how the story wanted to go.
She kind of has a your actress had kind of like a Dorothy Wizard of Oz vibe to her.
Yes, I that was when I with the the hair and makeup, the costume, I was just like, let's strip it back and make you feel like a younger girl,
Yeah.
like younger, like a little girl who has lost her mum, but you're a teenager, but to give, yeah, just a familiarity feeling when
Did
people
you
watch it.
ever consider them her like getting a like a child actor to do it?
No, because I needed someone who could understand the weight of missing somebody and understand what the robot was trying to convey.
Yeah.
I feel like if I went too
You're
young, it
saying
would
that
be
children don't
too.
understand that? I'm just
No,
kidding.
I do think. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I think kids understand that, but with a little bit more life experience, I think
I
is
know.
what
I'm
I'd
just
say.
kidding. Yeah, I
Yeah, of
got
course, yeah,
you.
yeah,
It's like what I'm trying to say is that like you would have to like I'm sure there's someone who could do it, but it would take a while to find that in Perth, I guess.
yeah. I think yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So yeah, really cool. Okay, so then basically you got it, and then so then basically it's a lot of close-ups, like I said, like a lot of like you kind of like
Yep,
keep them separated in the shot as well, right? Like they're
yeah,
always kind of separated from frame.
yeah. So it was the idea with keeping them separated was just in case I had to change what the robot was doing, it
Yeah,
wouldn't impact the shots I had already done. But there were the shots that had both of them in it are the shots of the film that you needed it to be that. Not every shot had to have both of them in it.
yeah,
I feel like I'll be overdoing it by then. But like the touching the heart when the mum's on the TV, when when he's going up to her and they hold hands, like they're like the main plot points that they need to be touching or in shot together.
Yeah.
And by the whole film, you should know that they're across the table. Like we established that at the start that she's here, he's here, and they're looking at each other.
Yeah, and then you realize how tiny it is
Yes, it
when
is.
she
It
holds him.
it's pretty much the size of my phone. The
Yeah.
robot, it's
I
like
was
the
kind of
size. So
shocked in the ending scene where she's holding him, bringing him outside.
yeah, he's very tiny. So
Yeah.
it was pretty much a lot of close, 50 mil and 70 mil lenses, um, just to get that depth of field between him and the background because he's so small. But
Yeah.
I had the aperture was closed a bit, so it wasn't such shallow depth of field, or then it would look too much like a miniature. So I had to do a lot of camera techniques to make sure that he felt big, but not
Yeah.
too big.
So it is like something because it's something that like it's a like obviously death is a cultural thing and people
Mm-hmm.
the religion or culture wherever you're from has a different kind of reaction to it. But nobody's really kind of pegged death really, right? Like it's still kind of that unknown thing that us
Yeah,
humans
it
deal
is.
with.
Yeah. So I definitely incorporated that into it where like, oh, she's off in the stars. Like she looks up to her mum at night talking to the sky. Like her mum's out there somewhere, but she's also in her heart. So I definitely, yeah, it's because I made a short film when I was at school about death, and it was literally the experience that your mind has after you die, like the 5 to 10 minutes that your brain's still active. So I
Yeah.
did that version, and I was like, yeah, that's very literal, very hypothetical, because it obviously hasn't been proven. It can't be proven. I don't know too much about science, but I don't think it
Yeah.
has. Um, so I was just like, I just wanted the film had to encapsulate the wonder of it's out there. They're out there somewhere. There's an afterlife. That they're always with you. They're always here, and that's what the film is built on: the wonder of what's out there beyond us.
So it seems like it's something you're interested in. Like you said, you've made another film about it, so it seems like something that you're exploring.
Not necessarily. It was more of a it's to tie the themes together.
Yeah.
The first one, the one I made at school was like that was the theme was supposed it was supposed to be an abstract kind of film, so that's why I did it. But obviously not drawing off of it, but looking back at that one to this one, there's two very stark contrasts between how death is portrayed
Gotcha.
in both
Well,
films.
yeah, great job, man. Like it's like I hope the
Thank you very
film's doing
much.
well. Is it just started in the festival circuit now?
No, it's been in festivals for the last 6, 7, maybe no, maybe 5 months, I think.
Okay.
It's won best visual effects in Florida. It won third best short film. It's won best cinematography. It's been selected in like maybe 7 or 8 festivals so far. So I've still got like 10 left till May. Like I've just got a nice little run to go through. So I'm hoping it does pick up some more awards and get shown in more countries. It's great.
You,
It's been everywhere.
that's amazing. That's so good. And it's like I said, universal story. Everybody can kind of relate to it, right? So
Yeah, that's great.
out of
Then
time
that's what
pictures. Oh, go ahead.
yeah,
Sorry, I
out of time
apologize.
pictures. I don't know that's great. Yeah, it's pretty much yeah, hoping everybody can get like a sense of how it how they can relate to it, and by them relating to it, they gain an emotional attachment to the robot, and then when he leaves, they're all like, "Oh, he's gone," and then they come away from the story knowing that like, and if they've lost anybody, then they are with them because I had a few people in the audience who had just recently lost family members, and they came out saying like it was very touching, like they felt what I was trying to convey, which is like the best thing ever.
And so I was gonna say, so out of time pictures, that's your production company?
Yes, it is. Yes.
So what are you working on right now?
I'm working on a new film. It's in production. I filmed it yesterday. I'm filming it tonight and tomorrow and like the rest of the week. It's puppets. I went full into it this time. I
Oh, so
went like,
you're going into it, yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I'm going into proper like Jim Henson style puppets. It's a pirate film, so there's puppets and pirates, and we've built ship sets. We've built a lair set. We've shot at our local beaches. Yeah, with the ship set's currently built in my backyard. like half a deck and everything, and we've gone like full cartoon style where like the sky is a matte painting. So I've got like ply boards around the edge, and we've painted
Oh,
it a sky. So we're just going in and having fun.
can't
That's
wait to
literally my
see
main
it.
thing.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm very excited, and I've got the three lead puppets are on the floor behind me,
No,
so
I
they're
like
pretty
at a
cool.
time like you're in your 20s and like a time
Yeah,
where everybody's doing like AI and CGI and you're just like you're going old school, right? So
yeah,
that's
yeah,
awesome.
and I think old school is the way I want to go. I've got a nice basic little camera rig I've built out. I've got my actors and my friends, some microphones, just build some sets and have some fun. And that's all I love with my filmmaking is telling a story that I've written in the best and most fun way we can by also trying to tell a story, but also show our creativity in so many different ways. And this one is building sets and puppets.
Cool. Well, I wish you the best of luck, man. That's
Thank you very
awesome.
much.
And let's talk when you make your next film. I'd love to see it.
Cool. Thank you very much for this interview and everything.
Thank